Hey guys, Apav here, and welcome to Sonic Advance 3. Right now you're watching the intro thing. This is a Game Boy Advance game that probably was one of the ones I played the most. If not, it was my first Game Boy Advance game. It was a very old GBA game in my library. And right now it's playing this little cutscene. What's funny is I always thought that voice said Sonic and Tails 3. I guess I got this before I could read, because it's kind of weird how I didn't recognize what he was saying. So I just thought I'd play some of this today for old time's sake. Plus, this game works pretty well with the GameCube controller. I'm playing this on the GameCube player. And the GameCube player is basically a GBA stuck to a GameCube. It's the original hardware, it's just running on a GameCube. And the reason I don't do many GBA Let's Plays is because the D-pad on the GameCube, I'm a horrible fan of it. And by horrible, I mean I'm not a fan of it at all. So, there's very few games that I like to play on the GameCube player with this GameCube controller, but let me go back to this and then I'll explain everything. Okay, I'm at level 1. Now, this was a game that I played a lot. I remember just sitting downstairs on my Game Boy playing this all the time and getting really frustrated because I would run right into an enemy, but I wanted to go fast. I think this is pretty much a typical Sonic game, maybe, I don't know. I've played the originals, but I've played this one more. See, and then you run just straight into a wall and you have to wait for a platform. I'm not sure if that happened as much in Sonic 3. Like, see, I just ran into some spikes. Usually the first level you don't even have to stop moving. This introduces a lot of just random mechanics. And there goes all my rings, great. Die. Okay, I'm not going to do that again. So, another reason why I decided to play a Game Boy game today, and this goes back to my original point I was making, this game's so fast I can't think. The controller I didn't really like for the GameCube when using the directional buttons, which is pretty much what a Game Boy controller is. So I sort of gave up on doing Game Boy Let's Plays for a while, and then I just learned last night that Nintendo released a cable that connects your Game Boy to your GameCube so you can use your Game Boy as the controller, which fixes my problem of not like playing Game Boy games with a GameCube controller. So I just purchased that last night. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it's like not some confusing setup and it doesn't actually do what it's marketed to do and all that confusion. But if that works, that means I can play Game Boy games on my GameCube and use my Game Boy as a controller and everything will be perfect. This game is an exception though because Sonic games work well with an analog stick since it's momentum based instead of needing exact directions. Games that I want to play sort of require me to push the analog stick in an exact direction and it just gets really frustrating. So for some reason my family all decided to come over while I was recording. Both my grandmas are talking really loud downstairs and I thought my mom was calling me to mingle with family that we didn't know was coming over, but instead she brought me a milkshake. So yeah, that's thank you, mother. Also, since I'm playing this on a GameCube, I can have that cool border around it, which I've seen a lot of Let's Players have borders around like standard definition games, and I've never really liked doing that since I think it doesn't look like the original resolution. I like keeping my games sort of, my Let's Plays anyways, looking like it's the original source, which is also why I like using a Game Boy player instead of an emulator. But having this border on it is pretty cool. It seems professional to me for some reason. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh, I'm supposed to hop over there, that's it? Also, when replaying this, I realized that I've memorized all the soundtracks to this game. Like, I did not realize how much I played this game until I started replaying it. Then there's these bricks that you just have to punch through for no reason. And we're going up a slide instead of down it. That's amazing. Where am I going now? A lot of times you just have to make a leap of faith, like, and just hope a platform's there. It would have been nice if, like, the Game Boy was in widescreen, because then you could have seen more in front of you. But it's alright. It's in wider screen than, I guess, standard definition TVs. Whoa, what just happened there? I thought I was going to just fall back down. I love how Sonic can defy gravity in this game and just go completely upside down. We got these spring things. Those were in a lot of games back in the day. Like, having to hop onto, like, these poles. They were in Sly Cooper, where you would hop on them and get higher. And I think they're even in Uncharted sometimes, where you have to hop on, like, flagpoles and stuff. I still can't make that. I'm just going to try to break through here. What is this? This spring defies all known laws of physics. Okay, so I guess I have to go up here. You know, I've come across this problem a million years ago where... There we go. You don't hit it like when you're facing up. Whoa. Okay, now we're going fast again. Really fast. Holy crap. Watch, I probably just fly into a wall. Jeez. Nope. He just went really fast. Okay. This does sort of take the old formula and just make it tougher, I think. Because in a lot of the older Sonic games, you did have to slow down a lot and take your time. But in this one, like right off the bat, there's places where you have to slow down and you just run into walls. So I think this game was trying to be more platform-based than speed-based, I guess. While at the same time rewarding you with some sections where you could go fast. Also, all these Game Boy games, or at least this one, maybe it's because they're both Sega games, but it reminds me a lot of Mega Man Battle Network. I think that was 5th grade or 4th grade. My friend Jake used to play Mega Man Battle Network a lot, so then I got it, and we played that a lot in elementary. And then in 5th and sort of 6th grade, we played that Legend of Zelda game, Phantom Hourglass, on the DS. We both had DS's, and that was a fun game. There goes all my coins again. It's always funny seeing Tails just fling himself around. So hopefully by next week I can start recording a playthrough of a GBA game that I've been wanting to do a playthrough of for like 2 years. Then I'm also trying to think of like new video ideas. I've noticed like the past 4 videos I've done have just been random Let's Plays, which I like doing. It's just I've usually posted a more diverse amount of content than this. I did record a review of sorts, which I'm not going to spoil right now, but I'm not sure if I like it enough. I might redo it. I need to watch the footage I have currently. I just, when I record stuff, I like to wait a day. Sometimes I do it the same day, but I like to wait a day after recording it so it just doesn't feel so repetitive. Here we go, just straight down. Now where am I supposed to go? I'm going this way. Actually, I just noticed, there I go. Jeez, I just keep going no matter what. Some of these look kind of 3D. I might not find them again, but there's like these things he spins around and they look sort of 3D. Yeah, this thing. Man, this game's really fast. Showing off all 32 bits. Actually, no. What would that be called on the Game Boy? Wouldn't it be called blast processing? Would it be called like game processing? That doesn't sound as cool though. I see why Nintendo didn't go with that strategy. Oh, there's the coin. Okay, so I think you get the point. This is Sonic Advanced. I'm not stopping right now. I don't think I've played enough. But, oh, here's one of these missions. It sucks you up like that alien in Galaga. And then you have to, I think it's a mini-boss? Or is it timed? No, it's a mini-boss. Oh, I remember this guy. And I've already got hit by him. Tails has done more damage to him than me. What is this? Ooh. That was a lot easier than I remember. Oh, do I have to fight him again? Nope, he just wanders off all sad-like. Oh, crap. Okay. Is that his head inside that machine? Do I whack it? No. So I'm supposed to hit Eggman somehow. Did I really just call him Eggman? What's wrong with me? Ah! Darn it. Oh, Tails hit him, though. How am I supposed to do that? He hits me every single time. See, this is the most stereotypical boss battle, and then you have to fight a giant hammer that, like, reaches really far out. Can I hit him right now? No, I have to wait. See, he, like, goes all the way over to the far side of the screen, and then you just have to run into him to get to his face. Can I hit him here? Maybe that's when I'm supposed to hit him. How the heck am I supposed to avoid that? I like how Tails keeps picking up my rings for me. Tails, get the ring! Tails, get the ring! Ah, that's unfair. How did I beat this when I was like 6? I mean, I guess it's sort of by chance. Like, not this. This is pretty much the skill of a 2-year-old. That other boss battle, I don't really get how I have any strategy for it. Maybe if I move really quickly. That doesn't work. Hit him. Grab the rings. See if I do this, maybe. Yes! Okay, I have some kind of strategy. But I still take damage when I hit him. Crap, I have no more rings! I just committed suicide there. I could have sworn there was a way to make Tails carry you. Oh, I know, maybe if I stand here, he'll try to whack me, then I'll move to the far left. Yes! We have a strategy, finally. Sadly, I don't have any health left, so this could be extremely dangerous. No, no, no! Ah! Tails, kill him! You can do it, Tails. I believe in you. You've got this, man. So let's just, I've never unlocked any of the characters in this. Oh, I think I used to play as Tails sometimes, just to change it up. I think I've never gotten past this zone, believe it or not, because I was 6. But I think every time I play this, I can't, like, find the next level. I just keep replaying levels because I don't know where to go. Oh, here's one of those mini games. Okay, it's like Simon Says, only platforming based. Oh wait, I just remembered I could kick in this game. Yep, okay, that works. Am I fighting Tails, or was Tails helping me? I don't exactly get it, but we saved the animals in the end. See, there's level 2. You know, now with the invention of the internet, I could probably beat this game pretty quickly. Defeat all the... Oh, I always hated this. I don't think I've ever completed this. Maybe like once I've completed this. This is like an anxiety attack waiting to happen. Come on! There's an enemy. Kill it. Kill it, Sonic. Sonic, I believe in you. Use your skills. Kill the freaking bug. Well, that was the end of Sonic. He could not kill some insects in a quicker amount of time. So, the world will be forever ran by robotic bees. Yeah, like, I come down here, and you land on that button, so you think this is the place you're supposed to go. But then you come back up here, and it takes you right back to where you were. So this platform is completely pointless because you fall right past it. But then you realize this is the beginning of the level. Like, what is this level design? What is it teaching me? Now, I could have sworn there was a way to use Tails. Maybe I have to be Tails in order to fly or whatever I'm thinking of. Well, let's do mission 2 because I can't figure out where to go. Oh. Is it really this level? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. I think level 1 from this map I remember, like, to a T because I've played it over so many times because I don't know where to go. There is some nice backgrounds to this, like those palm trees move independently from the rest of the background, and there's the waterfall that's moving back there. But I mean, it isn't crazy amazing if you think about like what 16-bit consoles were able to handle, and this was 10 years later, and it's technically 32-bit, but it works. Most Game Boy games actually look like this. I don't know why they never attempted to push the limit of the Game Boy. Well, they did. I made a whole video on that. When they They went a little bit too far when they tried to push the limit of the Game Boy. No, land on the pole. There we go. A lot of times I got lost in these maps, I think, and then there's just like a big pit you can fall down. Oh, here's this thing. I remember this thing. Like how I'm pretty much getting just flung everywhere. Still much funner than any modern Sonic game, though. And I've noticed that my favorite parts of the modern Sonic games, the ones that aren't a complete broken mess, even though most of them are in places, is the Sonic parts, because you just whiz right through them. And if they were able to make a game with just Sonic, it would be so much better. But it would probably only be like 2 hours long. I mean, it would probably... Yep, there's the big pit that you fall down and die. Okay. Even if it was 2 hours long, it would be better than like a 10-hour long piece of crap. And I did it again. Like, basically remake Sonic Adventures, but with just Sonic in it. And you can have all the other characters, just don't make them playable, or make them play like Sonic, I guess. Oh my goodness, this is really tough. And by tough, I just mean cheap. I didn't realize so much of this isn't really skill-based, it's like pure luck, like boing onto the platform. No! Game over. Dang it. Now I have to go back through the hub world and try to do this all over again. Maybe I should play as Tails, maybe he can sort of jump onto those platforms. Never mind, I would have been 7 when this came out. It says 2004 right there. Actually sounds about right, I think I was 7. Which means I bought this when it came out. It's pretty weird. I always thought liked Tails more as a character too. I mean, I've been rewatching Sonic X also, and Sonic doesn't really, actually most of them don't really have much of a character. Tails is like the only one who isn't a jerk, it seems like. But at the same time, he's just like a loyal fan of Sonic. Like, he's just like, Sonic's so cool. Why is Sonic cool? Because he's cool. I mean, not exactly like that, but, you know, he's just sort of super sidekick. Yeah, Tails can kind of hover like that. But I believe there's a way to make him sort of... Well, what was he doing just then? Oh no, that was how you use Tails to hover as Sonic. What am I doing with him? Oh, Sonic helps me move fast. Okay. I like his tail whip too. It's cooler than Sonic's like kick because he just slides out of place. Tails actually doesn't attack. But I've noticed a lot of like millennials who go back and watch the old cartoons they used to watch. They think they're dated, but no, they were always that stupid. It's just you forced Cartoon Network to make like adult programming for children. So you think all the cartoons from back in the day were as mature and developed as they are nowadays. No, they were always pretty stupid. Except in the 90s, because the same thing happened back then. The kids shows sort of got more, I wouldn't say adult, because that's like Adult Swim type of stuff, but I mean more grown up, I guess. Like they had more grown up jokes in them that really didn't need to be in there. But they also they just didn't require as much imagination, because a lot of the old, yes, it was lazy, okay, but it also required a lot of imagination from kids to make them seem interesting. Like when they just pull out a plot device, then you sort of think, like, what's the background to that plot device? And maybe they'll expand upon it in a future episode. Modern shows, they actually have better writing, but I know it sounds stupid, especially from a reviewer perspective, but I kind of like it when shows have absolutely no reason behind them. There's just a tad of silliness that sometimes goes missing nowadays. So I have to somehow ping myself onto those platforms. I'm going to guess when it moves out of frame, it's far enough over. Yes, okay, so you do the exact opposite your brain is telling you. Got it. Oh no! You evil bee! Or wasp, I guess. Like a lot of people I've heard complaining about the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And already game over. I'll stop talking about that. I'm weird. I don't know why I like that stuff. It's not even nostalgia, because I couldn't watch those shows back then, and I usually didn't. So I'm going to play Sonic again, and then see if I can use Tails to, like, jettison myself into the sky. Yes, okay. I guess it doesn't matter because I figured out how to get over there now. Could be because I'm like, I was born in 97, so I remember a lot of the cool things from the 90s, but I also like I spent more time in the early 2000s, so I know a lot more about that stuff too. And the early 2000s, like the 90s apparently is considered the kids animation renaissance. I just got crushed into the thing. Whereas the 2000s apparently people consider like the depravity of animation because everything just got super tame and boring and blah blah blah. But I actually like that stupid stuff because you can just watch it and not worry about anything that's in it. You just sort of watch it. What is frustrating with that stuff is since it doesn't cost as much to write, a lot of times like when they do try to teach morals, it just comes out horribly wrong, which a lot of the more fantasy shows that or cartoons that I watched didn't really have a moral lesson at the end of it, so they couldn't really screw it up anyways. At least I don't think they did. If it was, it was really like stupid and basic. Like, did Digimon ever have a moral at the end of the show? Okay, now I can't die once, which is just great. And I'm going backwards. Man, for all these people complaining about Sonic never having momentum, they should really play these games because you barely can run forwards in this. Oh, and I was looking kind of looking forward to the Sonic Mania that was announced last year, but I haven't heard much about it since then. And some people were saying it was going to be digital only, and then I was thinking it might have been canceled because I haven't heard anything about it. Okay, now, don't do what Tails just did. Now, go. Ah, panic! Why did I panic? Well, that was Sonic Advance 3. It's tough, but I played it a lot for absolutely no reason when I was younger. And, this intro, if I pay attention to it, like, very detailedly, it may or may not be copying the story from Sonic X. Or Sonic X could just be a generic Sonic story, I don't really know. Because in Sonic X, it begins with all of them getting sort of teleported because Robotnik or Eggman there activates like a Chaos Emerald and it teleports them all into the human world, which could sort of be what that cutscene was explaining. Heaven knows. Original game by Sega, licensed by Nintendo. All the kids from the 90s, their minds are blown because that would have never happened on the Genesis. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. You do not have this map. You have to purchase it. Well, then why did you let me load it? I don't recognize any of these levels. Oh, quick. Mute the annoying people. Wait, can I not mute people? You do not have this map.